Good morning all. You are joining me on November the 8th down at the old ballast pit. Yeah, decided I'd walk round yesterday and see lots of fish. It was definitely all show and no go, but I thought we'll give it a go. You got the big one in here that I've never caught, although it's not the big one, it's probably the second biggest. Yeah, I've never caught that one. I'd like to catch it, so we're here, we're giving it a go. Yeah, it's sort of risen probably 3.5 foot in the last 4 or 5 days with all the rain, so it's not going to be easy. A lot of cold water gone in, and like most lakes at the moment, they're showing signs of eating the last of the naturals before the water gets too cold. Lots of fizzing, lots of showing, and yeah, not many people's bobbins have been moving, to be fair, so we're here and we're giving it a go. Yeah, it was showers early when I got here, and I had a hiccup like usual where I got here, and left both my landing net poles at home, so I had to go home again and get them. Yeah, but the rods are now out. I've got one in a solid bag with a trimmed down yellow ASM wafter. We've got another one on a small white ASM wafter tipped with maggots, and the left hand rod is on a maxi nut wafter with a little PVA bag with a handful of crumbs and pellet over the top. So yeah, crept one of them out there with a spoon quite quickly earlier while I was setting up, because it was evident that there was like 7 or 8 bubblers all in one spot, but all in one spot, quite obvious it was all it was on the naturals, but got to get a rod in amongst them. So oh yeah, we have done. It's looking good, like I say, plenty of fish movement. We're only here for a night, we've got literally 24 hours. We'll be gone by this time tomorrow, so, and it's around about 10 o'clock now. We just have to wait and see, like I say, see if we can turn it around, see if we can bag one of these fish that keep showing. Yeah, bivvy's up. As you can see, there's the scoop there, the old hand of God, the baiting pole, and there's the rods. Yeah, fingers crossed for some action. One thing's for sure, I'm very disorganised on this trip. I haven't tied any rigs or anything. So that is next on the agenda, whilst having a cup of tea, sitting back and awaiting developments. But I think with the amount of fish down here tonight, I'm going to put 2 rods on a spot, 10 or a dozen spoms over the top, see if I can get a bit of interest, see if I can get a few fish feeding. Time will tell. Meanwhile, let's have a cup of tea and wait. Yes guys, what a result. Yes, well, it's a miserable day. It's yeah, we're 1 to the good. Left hand rod's just gone, just buckled in half and started screaming, and yeah, we have one in the landing net. Nice common. Great start. I ain't even had the rods out quite 3 hours yet, so good start. Right, let's get the rod back out and sort her out. Well guys, happy days. Yeah, like I say, I've had a walk around yesterday and see a lot of fish, and to be fair, I thought it was going to be all show no go, but yeah, a couple of hours in, left hand rod on a slip D with a maxi nut wafter was away. Lovely clean common. I haven't weighed it, it's not going to make 20 pounds, mid to upper double, but a fish in November, that's the main thing. As I say, you know, you'll be watching some vlogs of me blanking if my Bluetooth microphone hadn't packed up on the last two vlogs. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be great, sadly, the volume, until I get my new Bluetooth microphone, but hopefully you can manage and you can hear me. So well pleased with this one nonetheless. He's definitely been cooled down by that cold water rushing in, that's for sure. But yeah, he's a minter, that one. He really is a cracker. Yeah, he's not going to make £20, but he's a really nice fish. Definitely an upper double. Yeah, it's all about getting bites. And hopefully they'll come along. I've seen a real good one out there today. Hopefully we've got a chance at it. Yeah, we've definitely seen a real good one out there. £30 I would have thought anyway. But yeah, look at that one. That one's an absolute stunner. Got off a battle royal, that one as well, for its size. Yeah, really good, real good nick, that fish. Real nice one. Yeah. Happy days. Right, let's get him back and see what else the session has in store for us. We'll take that. Yeah, I'm pleased with that start, guys, I must say. I haven't bottom fished this lake this year. I had a little dabble on the surface back in the summer. But yeah, other than that, I haven't bothered with it, to be fair. But after seeing them yesterday, I couldn't ignore that. There was a lot of fish showing out here, and there has been today. Yeah, there has been today, so hopefully that's not the end of it. Hopefully it'll be a first of a few, would be nice. Not to be greedy, but it's good to be greedy. But yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. I think I'm going to put a baited area out, not very far out, just for dark. Yeah, and see if we can get something going. At the moment I've got them 3 different things. Got one on the zig, one on the solid bag with a little ASM trimmed wafter, barrel wafter, and as I say, the left hand rod's on the maxi nut. The left hand rod I can just walk along the margin, flick it off the bank, and just put a handful of crumbs and bits and pieces over it. So yeah, although it's a maxi nut wafter, it's actually ASM crumb I'm putting over the top of it. And yeah, that's done the business so far, and it's nice and early still. You know, we've got best part of the session left. Yeah, I'll try and catch them on video later. The amount of fish showing, and they've slowed up a bit now. But when I was setting up this morning in a bit of a rush, there was quite a few showing. Hopefully there will be as it turns dusk. Oh, that was a real nice one. And again, I say there ain't been many of late, and then one comes out twice. It's a nice fish, 20 pounder anyway, do nicely. So yeah, it's time to have a cup of tea, get some more rigs ready, I think, before it turns dark. Well guys, the heavens have opened up. Yeah, it is. It's been lashing down for about 20 minutes now. I've only seen one in the last sort of hour and a half, head and shoulder, out in open water. Yeah. Hopefully when the rain stops they might show themselves again. Either that or they might have moved off, but I don't think they have. Won't be long to be getting the rods sorted out for the evening and the night. Yeah, I've got only about 2 hours now before it gets dark, so. Fingers crossed for another carp. Well guys, the solid bag that I put out at 9 o'clock this morning, when I first got here, right underneath the good fish that were showing, it's just gone. And down in there is an absolute cracking linear. Yeah, real stunner. Probably a 20 pounder as well, so yeah, it's worth leaving there. I kept umming and ahhing, shall I leave it, shall I recast it? Hadn't seen anything, only one fish in the last sort of 2 hours, thinking, have they gone? You know, what do we do? Do we recast? But yeah, I left it there and it just tightened up, went to scream off, and I was already on the rod. And yeah, put up an absolute battle royal. Yeah, I can't believe it, to be fair. 2 different tactics, both working. Yeah, just got. I think I'm going to put I was going to put a better bait in close, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to, because I've seen the better fish around about 30 yards out, right in amongst some old cabbages. Yeah, some old dying lily pads. I think that's the way forward. I think we're going to put 2 rods in that zone where I've seen the better fish, and yeah, go from there. So right, my kettle's blaring, so I'm going to stop that and get the fish sorted out. Yes. Well guys, got to be honest, I thought we was going to be settling for one on this session. Yeah, had an absolute deluge of water come down, major downpour, and it stopped, the wind stopped, went flat calm, bang, it went pulled up really tight. And this is literally, it's a needle away from 20 pound. Yeah, it's 19 pound and 15 ounces, but what a cracker. Yeah, we come out maybe to get one, but yeah, I'm buzzing with 2. We've got all night to go yet, so yeah, what an absolute stunner that one is. I knew it was one of the better ones as soon as I hooked it, to be fair. I've seen some proper good fish showing in that area, so 2 rods are going to be deployed into that later on, both on solid bags. I think that rod's been out there all day on a solid bag, and yeah, just gone off with this stunner on it. So thing with when you're fishing solid bags, guys, just remember you're fishing small food items within the bag, so keep it the same. Trim down wafters is ideal, just trim them right down. Look at that. That is a cracker. Oh dear. Yeah, it's a real nice one, that. Happy days. Right, let's get this one back. We've got to get 2 rods sorted out now and get them in the game. Taking it off a zig. I've had a zig out there all day. That's done nothing. So yeah, I think 2 solid bags now is going to be the way forward. Right, let's get this stunner back. Well guys, I was woken up at 12 o'clock with a fish crashing. I haven't seen anything or heard anything since just before dark, and there we have it. another one in the net. So yeah, happy days. Right, let's get her sorted out and get the rod back out. Here we go, guys. Didn't think another bite was going to come, to be fair. They definitely disappeared from this area just before dark. And yeah, a fish crashing about 45 minutes ago. Took the game away. They were coming back, although they were on the move again. And we managed another one. Here we go. Not a big one, but another bite. Got very happy. Right, yeah, there you go. Let's get him back, see if we can get one of the big ones before we go home. Might be able to extend the session to early afternoon tomorrow, but we haven't got much longer after that. So, right, let's get him back and get the rod back out. Morning all. What a miserable morning. Yeah. Like I say, the fish moved off of me just before dark last night. Yeah, and they definitely come back early hours, enough for me to get a bite. I had a few liners before and after that bite, but yeah, no sign of them again since. Yeah, but the guy fishing down the other end, he was saying he had 3 in the dark, so yeah, they definitely did push down there in numbers. He's gone now. I think I was going to stick it out. Don't think there's anything here for me to stick it out for, so I'm going to try and break away in between these downpours. But it's been a good 24 hours. I've managed 3, that nice scaly one. So yeah, we'll certainly have to try and get back here, in and around me angling down at Redlands. Well guys, while we're sitting here in the pouring rain, I'm going to tell you a little story about another capture from the Essex Manor. Now, the Essex Manor is a place that I'd always kept an eye on ever since a young lad, seeing the likes of a fish called Stella, the amphibian, the Annie, in the magazines. Yeah, it's a place I always wanted to give it a go, and I'd love to have, you know, caught Stella. So the opportunity come up in April 2018 to join, so I did. And I remember it was a hard weekend. This particular weekend, it would have been the weekend of June the 8th, Friday, June the 8th. Got down there late as usual. Yeah, got down there as a few of the guys had them feeding on the surface. Couldn't get anywhere near them. I got feeding on the top, and once, to be honest, they both caught one quite quickly, and it soon spooked them. Well, throughout the weekend, nothing really happened for me. I missed one off the top, just drifting a single mixer down on the breeze. Yeah, and on the Saturday afternoon, I was just sitting there, nothing happening, scanning the water, and I heard a crash. looked and it was diagonally opposite me in a swim called the Swamp. So I thought it's too late to move now, it's about an hour before dark. I thought I'll keep an eye on that, if it happens tomorrow I'm going to go round there. Well, nothing happened during that night, nothing through Sunday morning. I packed all my gear away early Sunday afternoon. As I'm about to push the barrow away, bosh, another one. Exactly the same place. I thought, right. So, I left my gear there, had a quick creep round there because a lot of people packed up and gone home. Crept round there and they'd turned the water to mud. So I thought, right, this is my opportunity. Took all my gear back to the van. Yeah, I just went back with a rod, net, handful of baits, lead and my rig wallet, and a can of drink, and yeah, I literally went round there, bottom bait, little PVA bag of crush just to protect the hook on the way in. I just literally lowered it in the edge, probably literally feet from the bank, probably 4 foot off the bank. Turned the rod on its back, loosened off the clutch, and I'd laid my line underneath a reed that was laying in the margin. What I'd done is I sat under the willow tree using the folds of the willow tree as curtains, parting them every time a fish rolled. Well, about 20 minutes went by and I heard a fish top close to me. I parted the willows, looked down, seen the reed that I've laid my line underneath start going right, going against the breeze, and I'm like, that's odd. Quickly noticed the reel started ticking, picked it up, and where I looked it so close, I picked it up, tightened down, and she comes straight to the surface to pick up momentum to shoot out in the open water. That was then I see it was Stella. Yeah, to say that my heart was in my mouth all the way through the battle would be an understatement. And yeah, after about a 10-minute battle I let her cry out, Stella. And yeah, the great lads that fished it back then, they all come running round to help with the photos. Yeah, great time. When a dream comes true, it certainly did that day. Well guys, what a difference half hour has made. Yeah, it's gone from being miserable, raining all the time, to bright sunshine, but it's got a massive autumnal feel about it. As soon as that cloud cover's gone, the temperature's dropped. Even though it's nice and sunny, you can feel it in the air, it's much cooler. But yeah, pleased with how the trip's gone, to be fair, just on an overnight, especially the way the waters rose. It's never fished well generally when the water comes up, but it has been a lot more mild of late, so yeah, it's not the usual sort of November, sort of weather, cooling down. It's been very, very mild for the time of year. But yeah, So we will call it a day. If you like the video, guys, give us a thumbs up. Think about subscribing. By all means, follow me, Adam Honeyset on Facebook, Adam Carp Honeyset on Instagram. And one thing's for sure, we'll see you on the bank again soon. Thanks for watching, guys. All the best.